Thursday, July the 7th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. A pretty active afternoon likely for today. I'll show you why coming up here in just a moment. Nice looking shot this morning from the Avalon Pier web camera there along the North Carolina Outer Banks. Pretty scene there. The temperature there at Kill Devil Hill sitting at 77 degrees. It's a warm morning all around the region. Had another hot day yesterday across the region overall. 96 in Jackson, Mississippi for a high. 97 in Macon and Jacksonville. Yet another triple-digit day down in Columbia, the high at 100. 95 Fayetteville and Wilmington. 94 the high in Charlotte. And the Triad viewing area in the vicinity of 90, give or take a couple of degrees yesterday. Hotter in the Charlotte area, low in mid-90s. In fact, a lot of us up in the mid-90s yesterday. And still very, very muggy. It was a hot and humid day, and it's warm and humid this morning. There's the look at the visible satellite imagery throughout the day yesterday. Always fascinating this time of year, to me at least, to see these big outflow boundaries, these convectively induced boundaries rumbling throughout the region, spawning new thunderstorms, and always fascinating this time of year. 76 in Columbia right now as I cut the video during the 5 o'clock hour. 75 in Charleston and Wilmington. It's 74 in Raleigh. Our dew point temperatures, they are still way up there in the 60s and 70s early this morning. Now, as we went through yesterday, there was your radar coverage of thunderstorms. Not as significant of a coverage of showers and storms across North Carolina yesterday compared to what happened off to the south. It was a very, very active day through Georgia and South Carolina. All kinds of issues with severe weather yesterday. In fact, look at all these wind damage reports through Georgia, South Carolina, and then arcing from there up into Tennessee and Kentucky. Some reports in the mountains, too. Now, as we shift gears to today, yet again a heat advisory up for portions of the easternmost sections of North and South Carolina, and the reason is this right here. Look at our heat index values as we get into the afternoon. Once you get those heat index values up to around 105 or higher, that's your heat advisory threshold, and that will be achieved in some spots again in the eastern part of the Carolinas. Now, radar over the past couple of hours, again, this is as I cut the video at 5 o'clock this morning. The main weather player for us today is this big complex of rain and storms off to the west of us there through parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. And the disturbance driving that will continue to work to the east and will play a part in our weather as we get into this afternoon. Also watching this other complex of storms in the Midwest that might play some part in our weather very late in the day on Friday. Well, let's talk about today. And it is that incoming disturbance that'll give us the opportunity for showers and thunderstorms. Here's the high resolution rapid refresh. It's going to be one of those deals where it actually, due to the timing of this, some of the worst thunderstorm activity may miss the foothills, and then the activity kind of gets more invigorated once you get to I-85 and points south and east. Certainly the greatest severe weather threat again today up in the Midwest and the plains, but this is a setup where I think there's going to be some damaging wind issues in some spots across the Carolinas. So scattered, strong to severe thunderstorms as we go through this afternoon. There's your highs today, another hot and steamy day across the region. Now tomorrow, I think most of us are going to be dry, at least for a lot of the day. But then as we see that Midwestern disturbance try to move in and weaken, could be a few very late afternoon or evening thunderstorms tomorrow. And the heat building, there's your Friday highs across the region. Saturday, primarily dry, at least in North Carolina, and everybody quite hot. There's your Saturday high temperatures here across the region. Sunday, a few degrees cooler, but still quite hot. So let's talk potential heat index values over the weekend. 100 degrees plus, a good possibility tomorrow and into Saturday afternoon for many spots across the Carolinas. Could need to expand that heat advisory further to the northwest, just depending on exactly how everything unfolds as we get a little bit deeper into the weekend. Quickly in the tropics, all is still very quiet there. Gulf of Mexico, not much happening. Caribbean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, everything again remaining pretty quiet overall. No sign of any tropical development. Now, as far as today is concerned, here is that disturbance even showing up in the vorticity charts moving in. So that's why I think it's going to be a pretty decent round of these thunderstorms rumbling through today. There's the GFS this afternoon and then into this evening. This afternoon and then into the early evening, your scattered thunderstorms out there. Not much happening tomorrow on the GFS. Saturday, pretty quiet. Sunday, most of the day quiet, but then it tries to bring in some scattered thunderstorms Sunday evening. I'll leave the weekend forecast primarily dry, but then starting Monday there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So starting Monday, I'll bring back in the chance of some afternoon storms. And at this point, looks like Tuesday might be the most active day next week, but that is certainly subject to change. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Everybody stay cool, stay safe into the afternoon thunderstorms today, and God bless.